Hello, I'm Matt James from Gene, and I'm just going to be answering some questions levelled at me from Facebookers, and I'm very pleased to answer those. I'll do my best with them. How many members, Martin Hales again, how many members of Gene would happily reform today, obviously given time to sew up the loose ends you presently have? I think, you know, I never wanted to split up in the first place. I think it's quite common knowledge. You know, I'd have quite liked to left it open. You know, but I think, you know, none of us would ever want to do Gene unless all four of us were 100%. We couldn't reform with another singer. You know, it's like, or you know, the guitarist. It's not like that with us. So if one person doesn't particularly want to do it, I don't want to do it either. You know, and that's the way it is, really. You know, do I think that we could still write together? Absolutely. You know, the good thing about us is that we all brought in ideas, and if you put the four of us in a room together, like say I had a week, and then you're going to be put in a room with those other three guys, and you each bring in an idea. I just know that we'd come out of that room with something really good. You know, I don't think that ability's been lost, you know, at all. But you know, what was the original question? How would you reform? You know, so I can't really answer that question, but no, unless, you know, all four members are absolutely up for it. For Pete W. Crawford, for Matt, remember Lewisham? Hope you're keeping well. I do. I remember Pete. I used to actually work with Pete in R Price Lewisham in the late 80s, early 90s, before Gene ever. I used to run the reggae section, and Pete was like the resident indie kid, lovely guy. And Pete, if you're watching this, I hope you're well, mate. And you know, we had some fun there actually. I really enjoyed working at R Price, although I think they paid me something like £115 a week, which is like, you know, it's not a living wage, frankly. But I did enjoy working there. I think Martin worked in R Price Records as well, actually, but Watford branch. Matt, how's life in the wine trade? And what does Steve get up to these days? That's from Richard Warren. I love life in the wine trade. As I said earlier, wine is my other great passion in life. You know, I got into collecting it, and I now supply like Camden gastropubs, and you know, I supply collectors, and I'm a sort of wine collector first, I suppose. I like it almost as much as music. I really enjoy my job in the wine trade, and you know, it's like if I'm not doing music, that's a pretty good second, I would say. What else have we got? What happened to the singer from Palace Fires? And what a great voice he had. Yeah, Ed after Palace Fires, which we didn't split up actually. We just like didn't do it anymore. Ed went to do an album with a band called Him, and he has got a fantastic voice. I saw him 2 weeks ago, actually, so we're still friends, and I would certainly like to write some more songs with Ed at some point. I actually think that myself, Ed and Steve could have written some amazing stuff if we'd have, you know, again had the wherewithal to survive as a band. It's just too difficult, you know. As I say, we all needed proper jobs, which is why I'm a wine merchant. Kate Osterholm, any recordings available from the last show at the Astoria? Not that I know of. I mean, there's probably some Gene fans out there who got it bootlegged, or I don't think we recorded it, and I don't think we filmed it, so I don't think there'll ever be, but I'm sure there must be recordings of it out there. But there's none in my bedroom, put it that way. Ian Skatonic, will the LPs be digitally remastered? Will they be available on vinyl? No at the moment, but Libertine. If so, will there be a live LP? box sets? No, no to boxes. We've answered that one. But are they digitally remastered? Yes, they're like Universal sent over the original production masters, and certainly with the stuff from Libertine, which I'm more involved with myself. You know, these are sort of things that are on mini discs, and they have been taken to a professional mastering studio, and they have been worked on. And the guy who did it was actually brilliant. So you know, they're as good as they can be, I think. Watch out for the Gene reissues in 2014, 27th of January, I believe.